Welcome to Yoga with Carolyn. I'm super excited to bring you today some yoga for some back tightness or pain. All you need today is a strap, mat, and a wall. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I always like to start out by sitting up top in a comfortable seated position, maybe tucking a blanket or a block underneath us if we need, or a rolled up mat. We're going to drop our shoulders down our backs and just take a deep breath in as we exhale completely. Now we're going to take those arms above our head. Inhale. As we exhale, to reach over now with that right side. Keep that left shoulder blade reaching to our back as we reach out. Now let's inhale, start to come up. As we exhale, we're going to switch. Coming into that left side, right side stretch, filling. These muscles on the side sometimes keep us really tight in the back. Now let's inhale, rise all the way up. As we exhale, let's release. We're going to come up onto our hands and our knees, starting to spread our fingertips nice and wide as we root down through the tops of the feet. And then let's inhale, lengthen, bringing our chin and chest through. As we exhale, rounding, drawing your chin to our chest. And again, inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we round. One more time, just like this. Inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we round. And then coming back to that flat spine. Again, we're going to check in with those shoulders over the wrists. And then we're going to take our left arm, reaching it up, open, and let it float back down. Two more times, just like that. Reaching open. And release. One more time, reach it open. And exhale, release. We're going to that right side. So let's lengthen, reach up, and lower. Keeping our shoulders over our wrist, reaching up. Give me one more, just like that. Reach. And exhale, come back down. Now we're going to lower ourselves all the way to our belly. We're going to do a little bit of a cobra variation. I want us to start to think about the strength as important as the stretching of our back. Focus. Now we're going to press the top of the feet into the mat. Lengthen our spine. Our chin is going to stay neutral. We're going to lift up through our head and chest. And if it's there, bring your hands with it. On the next exhale, let's slowly release. I'm just going to rest our cheek. Then we're going to come up again. Come up all the way, head to chest. Coming up, leading the way. And then those hands can come with it, pressing down through the tops of the feet. Exhale, release. Now we're going to turn our cheek the other direction. And just rest. Now this time I'm going to slide my hands. I can keep them here, or I'm going to slide them into a 90 degrees, our cactus. I call them goalpost arms. And we're going to start out neutral spine again, chin tucked. Inhale, head lifts. If the arms can come, they're coming with us. Hug the shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, release. We're going to try that one more time. Checking in with the lower back. And then let's lift. One more breath, and then exhale, slowly release. So we're going to come back onto our hands and our knees in that tabletop position, bringing those shoulders under our wrists and our hips over our knees. Now I like to walk my hands just slightly forward, give myself a little bit more room here. We're going to take our hips off to that right side, drop them back to our heels, all the way around. Just bringing awareness to our backs, to our hips. Now let's switch those directions. Just one more time. And then meeting you back in that tabletop position. We're going to step our right foot in between our hands. We're going to root down through our right heel. And we're going to lengthen through this left side. Now I can stay with my hands on the floor. I can bring my hands to my knee. Or if it's working for us today, let's take those arms above our head. We're looking to release the front of this left hip. Breathe. One more breath here. And then as we exhale, let's slowly fold. We're going to step our right foot back and bring this left foot forward. Press down through the left heel. We're going to rise up, root down. And then if it's there today, take those arms up. I feel like we're creating some space as we open into that right hip. On the next exhale, we're gonna fold. And we're gonna step that left foot back. And we're gonna come back into our tabletop position and just hang out here for a moment, noticing our backs. Maybe another cat, cow. How are we doing? Good? All right, now we're gonna come to seated. And we're gonna grab our straps as we make our way. Now I'm gonna turn a little more sideways so that I have room. I'm gonna start out with my left leg since it's the closest to you. We're gonna place the strap around that left foot. And we're gonna lay on down. So give yourself plenty of room to lay on down. Now our lower back is gonna be rooted into the ground, and we're gonna take our hands on our straps. We can slide it down. Now if we don't happen to have a strap, a belt, a bathrobe tie, a towel will even work. Just make sure you have a longer towel. And we're just gonna hang out here. We're gonna push the heel up and allow this leg to just drop into the hip socket. Now I've brought my hands down so my elbows can rest on the ground. Now we're gonna switch the strap into our left hand. I'm gonna take my right hand and keep my right hip glued to the mat as we take that left leg out to the left side. So now I'm getting a nice stretch in here, that inner thigh. Also pulls on our backs. And notice there's no tension in my arms. I want just the strap to help assist the stretch in the leg. Now the next inhale, let's bring it back to center. And if we have not already straightened that right leg, we're going to straighten that right leg. I'm going to take my strap in my right hand, and I'm just going to bring it across the body a few inches. I'm going to feel a stretch down into my IT band. Again, that also pulls on the glutes and into the back. Now if it feels good, I keep the stretch in the outside of the leg. I can take my leg further apart or over. I like to keep it just a couple inches. And then we're going to come back to center, just pause and slowly release. If you want to, wiggle those toes, circle out our ankles, plant the left foot as we place the right foot in the strap. Again, I want to slide my hands down so there's no tension in my neck and shoulders. And we're reaching out through the heel as we allow the leg to drop into the hip socket. That left leg can come straight, can stay bent. Now, it's okay if my knee is soft or my leg is out here. I'm just looking for that stretch in the back of the leg. Now we're going to take the strap into that right hand. Again, I like to anchor my left hip down as we take that right leg out to the side. How are we doing? Are we feeling our hamstrings today? One more breath here. And on our next inhale, let's start to bring that leg back to our center. And again, I'm going to transfer the strap into my left. Keep my right hip to begin with on the floor as we reach across the body a couple inches. And if I'd like to, I can have both hands involved. Again, I have the option to come all the way across. I feel like I lose the stretch and only get a twist, so I tend not to go there. And on our next inhale, let's come back to the center, pause for a breath, and then we're going to release that strap. We can circle out our ankles. Now we're going to come back up. We're going to come all the way to standing. And we're going to take our feet slightly wider than our hips. This is probably by far my favorite lower back stretch, mostly because it can be done anywhere. I don't have to have a wall. I can do it outside. So I do tend to do this a lot after I run. We're going to turn our toes out, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart center. We're going to start to drop our hips. Now as I come down, I start to notice that maybe I could bring my heels closer, or Or maybe I need to bring those heels further apart. I'm going to press my elbows into my inner thighs and hug those inner thighs back in. Oh. Now maybe this isn't here for me today. Maybe I'm up here and that's okay. Maybe I feel like I need a wall behind me because I'm not as stable as I'd like to be. By all means, grab that wall. You can even place a block. The only thing if I use a block is my tailbone isn't hanging, it is resting, which is okay. I'm still gonna get a lot of the benefits. But I like to be right here. Just one more big breath. And as we exhale, we're just gonna release our hands. We're gonna straighten our legs and turn our toes towards the front. And I'm gonna keep my knees soft as I hang out here. And then rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking, core engaged. We get to the top, just a shoulder roll on the back. Very nice. Now I'm going to flip my mat because we are going to use the wall next. So this is probably my second favorite pose or group of poses for our lower back. But again, it takes a while, so it can't be done everywhere. We're going to start out with our legs at a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to come back and just allow my feet to be at 90 degrees. And my lower back is resting. My hands can be on either side of my hips. I can rest my hands on my lower belly. I tend to come off to the side. And I just want you to tuck your tailbone, push your heels into the wall, and feel that lower back stretch. And then release to a neutral spine. Let's go ahead and tuck and release. Two more just like that. Tuck and release. Do you feel that little bit of spinal massage? Last time, tuck and release. Now from here, we're going to cross our left ankle onto our right knee. And I can stay here. And then again, I start to push my right heel into the wall. I tuck slightly. Now, if I'm just feeling nothing's happening for my lower back, I can thread my left hand in and hug that right knee in towards my chest. Flexing both of our feet and hang out here for a few breaths. And slowly release. We're going to place that right foot back to the wall, uncross the left. Crossing our right ankle on our left knee. Start out by flexing that right foot. And again, I can slightly tuck under my hips and hang out here. If I'd like a little more, a little different, thread my right hand in between, take my left hand around, flex that left foot as we bring it off the wall. One more breath. And slowly release that left foot back to the wall. Bring the right to meet it. So we have the option, and if my hamstrings are really tight, I can simply just straighten my legs. I know my hamstrings are not tight. This is one of my other favorite poses. We're going to come back up, and we're going to come in nice and close to the wall. Now, knowing the closer I am to the wall, the more my hamstring stretch is going to be. So, if I'm tight, take the hips away, hang out here. I like to turn my palms up. I like to roll my shoulder blades under just slightly. And just breathe. So I'm getting a nice big hamstring stretch, but I'm also letting the blood come down my legs with no work from my heart. I guess not no work, no extra work. It becomes easier. Now we can stay up here for up to 5 minutes. We're not going to stay here that long today, but just know you can add it in and be up here, be with your legs up the wall for 5 minutes. It is an inversion, so we don't want to do any longer than that. Now let's wiggle our toes, circle out our ankles, bring our knees to our chest. And we're going to take that left arm, reach it up and roll onto that left side as we make our way back to a comfortable seated position. Just sitting up tall, drawing our shoulders down our backs. Let's take those arms above our head on an inhale. As we exhale, let's draw our hands to our heart center. Thank you all so very much for sharing your yoga practice with me today. The divine light in me honors and acknowledges the divine light in you. Namaste.